The Dow futures are showing a modest gain ahead of the highly anticipated inflation update from Wall Street. The upcoming data is expected to provide insights into the current state of inflation, which has been a pressing concern for investors in recent times. According to the latest CME Group data, the Dow futures have gained around 70 points, or about 0.25%, as of this morning's trading session. This increase suggests that market participants are cautiously optimistic ahead of the inflation report. The Consumer Price Index CPI and Personal Consumption Expenditures PCE price index updates will be released at 8:30 a.m. ET today, providing a comprehensive view of inflationary pressures in the US economy. Economists expect the core CPI to rise by around 0.4% month over month, while the PCE price index is expected to increase by about 0.3%. The Federal Reserve has been closely monitoring inflation rates and has already raised interest rates 3 times this year to combat rising prices. The upcoming data will likely influence the Fed's decision making process for future rate hikes. Market analysts believe that a higher than expected inflation reading could lead to a more aggressive monetary policy from the Fed, potentially weighing on stocks in the short term. However, some experts argue that a moderate increase in inflation would be seen as a sign of economic growth and could boost investor sentiment. The current inflation environment is complex, with rising energy costs, supply chain disruptions, and ongoing COVID 19 pandemic related challenges contributing to price pressures. The Federal Reserve's preferred inflation metric, the PCE price index, has been ticking upwards, but remains below the 2% target rate. Investors will be closely watching the data for any signs of inflationary acceleration or deceleration, as it could have significant implications for interest rates and overall market performance. As we approach the release of the inflation update, the Dow futures are reflecting a mix of caution and optimism. The upcoming data is expected to provide valuable insights into the current state of inflation, but its impact on the markets will depend on how closely it aligns with or deviates from market expectations. With the Fed's next policy decision just around the corner, investors will be eagerly awaiting the inflation update for clues about future monetary policy direction. In conclusion, while the Dow futures have shown a modest gain ahead of the inflation update, the market's reaction to the data release is likely to be influenced by various factors, including the magnitude of the inflation reading and its alignment with market expectations. As always, investors will need to carefully consider the implications of the data on their investment strategies. With just hours left before the inflation report is released, the markets remain in a state of anticipation as they eagerly await the insights into the current state of inflation that this data will provide.